shall we add to the list of YouTube channels out there demonstrating how they set up their motorcycle helmets for vlogging? Sure, why not? Right here, I've made a video demonstrating using Sugru. To fasten the GoPro buckle and catch plate, for lack of a better term. If anybody knows what that's actually called, let me know. But I made a video showing how I applied Sugru to the helmet to hold the GoPro mount. If you want to watch that, I'll link it below and help yourself. But yeah, Sugru. It's been on this helmet for, well, at least one riding season, soon to be two. And to be honest, it's more reliable than this, the GoPro Hero 9. Yes, it is. I said that. The glitch machine. I still use the GoPro Hero 9, even though it is glitchy. If you can get it to work, it will deliver fantastic video. My settings actually are quite simple for my GoPro, if you want those. They are 60 frames a second, never lower, 4K, high bit rate, boost, stabilization 3 with boost. I use minus 0.5 EV comp. My sharpness is medium. GoPro color, not flat. I don't have the time to do all this post editing color correction. And that's about it. Oh, white balance, auto. Shutter speed, auto. ISO minimum 100. ISO maximum 1600. That's my setup. Okay, so here I have it mounted to the helmet using a GoPro buckle with the longer mounting stem, for lack of a better term. And this is a metal extension, and it's set at an angle that will allow me to angle the camera like this and not hit the buckle. So once you have the angle set, you just tighten that down, because that really doesn't need to move once you've figured it out. Important thing to people setting up a helmet for the first time. There are people I see have their GoPro set like that because they're not wearing their helmet to set it up. And the problem is your helmet doesn't sit level. I know that's obvious, but to some people it might not be obvious. So you don't set your camera, is this perpendicular to the surface? I'm not sure. You want it angled, because when you're wearing it, it actually, your helmet sits at an angle on your head, and that will have your camera sitting perpendicular. Is that right? Perpendicular to the road, giving you a nice point of view. Otherwise, if you have it up and down like this, and you put your helmet on, you start recording, you're just going to get the gas tank in your instrument cluster. So there's a tip. Mount it like that. So first off, of course, we have our headphone jack, which is connected to a microphone. I guess it's not a headphone jack. This is an auxiliary cable. Very nice 2-pack. I think it's about $9 on Amazon. I'll link to it. I'll link to that. I'll link to everything in the description. Very high quality, braided cable, L-shaped. L-shaped? I guess so. So what you do is let's put this down, plug it in there. This here is a USB-C cable, and I'll show you how and why I've got that set up. So that gets plugged into the USB port right above the auxiliary jack, microphone jack. And just put that there. So, power bank. All I do when I'm riding is I connect the GoPro to this power bank, so I don't have to worry about Running out of battery power. Again, nice and clean. This is how it looks when it's on. This here, the USB-C cable runs along the bottom of the helmet. This is just 2 zap straps shoved up underneath the helmet, and then I put a bit of Gorilla Glue here and here just to keep it fastened. And then the cable floats freely through there. Now I make it float so that if I turn my head, there's some play in the cable so it doesn't get pulled and it doesn't yank the USB-C cable out of the GoPro. And again, like I said, this just gets tucked inside my jacket in a pocket or just inside the jacket, really. What else we got? So this is a patch cable. Now a lot of people use, not sure if you can see this or not. A lot of people use a lavalier mic, and that's a mic you attach to your lapel. And the drawbacks of using one of those is you're dealing with about 3 feet or 6 feet or 10 feet of excess cable when you do that. And that means you'll have to figure out how to deal with all that excess cable inside your helmet. So you make a bird's nest either in the top or the back or the sides. My solution, after watching tons of video on how to mic your helmet, was one YouTuber out there, unfortunately I forget the name. They are using in their helmet, which is what I bought, a gaming microphone that attaches to a gaming headset, and it's only about that long. You see that? That long. Which means the end of it sits here and the cable runs here. It gets plugged into the auxiliary cable, which runs back out here. And that's all I have in there for cable. No excess, no nothing. So if I need to take this out for any reason, it's just 2 lengths of cable. I pull them out. Also, a lot of people like to, you see in there? Put their mics behind the chin pad. Personally, I find this muffles the sound a little too much. It does block a lot of the wind and the turbulence from getting at the microphone, but I find it also dulls the audio, so I have mine right by my mouth. Now, over top of the end of the microphone, I have a foam wind jammer and a dead cat, little fuzzy dead cat. So I've got a lot of wind protection on there. So, and then the rest I do in post audit on, and I use Final Cut Pro for all mine. So yeah, that's personal preference, I guess. I prefer clear spoken word, and when you have it right on your mouth there, you don't have to yell so much. You don't have, well, you shouldn't be yelling at all. You just speak normal, and you don't have any what's that called, when it clipping and distortion, because it's right at your mouth, and you just speak normal. And then if there's a lot of wind or background noise, you can just use your post-processing audio tools to deal with that. But yeah, that's it. I mean, there's nothing special going on here. I just found a few clever ways to get around, number one, excess cabling and quick removal. So just a gaming headset, or a headset microphone, I should say. And I'll link to all this stuff on Amazon, just so you guys can have a look. And then these auxiliary patch cables that have a nice 90-degree bend in them, and they're very good quality. Again, braided cable, metal housing, cheap, like $10 I think for 2 of these. And that's it. And I'm using the media mod, so I can have all these. You can use GoPro's audio adapter. You'll have to buy a special GoPro housing mount. Ulanzi makes the best ones out there, and it will accommodate the GoPro media adapter, keep it nice and tidy out of the way. But even though the GoPro Hero 9 is a glitching monster, I'm having okay luck with it. Like I said, when I get it to work, the footage I get out of this thing is fantastic. But yeah, that's it. That's how I mount that sucker to my incredibly good looking helmet. Look at this thing, you guys. Should we talk about the helmet? Look at that. This is a Bell Star, V-Star. I'm not exactly sure. What is this thing? Anyways, this is the Jester model. It's quite an old model. I found this helmet on Craigslist for 200 bucks. They said it was used, but it was brand new. So yes, I gladly paid $200. In fact, I questioned the seller. I know it's a dumb move, but I had to question. You realize this is a $600 helmet, but they just wanted money. This wasn't a shady, underhanded thing either. This was full up, legit. She had the receipt, everything. She just wanted it gone. It's been sitting, and she just wanted some money. So I gave her some money, and I got this sweet lid. So there you go. There's my setup. Now I just have to learn how to tell a story, you guys. All right, that's it. That's all I got. I don't have an outro.